What's up, you guys? It's your girl Arahan. So today we'll be talking about college in Korea part 2. Okay, so this will basically touch base on stuff that I haven't touched in part 1 when I was talking about college universities. So let's jump right into it. Now, I think I didn't touch base on how grading system works. So in a lot of business departments, basically the grading is competitive. So in America, in New York City grading system, I think in all of America, the grading system is based off of your own individual grade. Now in Korea, in Dongkook University, the business department, I don't know about other departments, but in the business department, basically your grade is based off of the whole class. Top 30% of the class get A's. Then the top 15 get A pluses. The next 15% gets A's. Then I think the next 30 gets B's. Is it the next 30 or 20? I'm not sure. But I know the next bracket gets B's, the next bracket gets C's, D's, and then F's. So I feel like that's very annoying because it's like, I don't know what my grade is. Like, I cannot do my score and be like, oh, I'm gonna get an A. Because Lord knows if like 30% of the class is like getting hundreds on their midterms and exam and their finals, and I'm out here getting 90s and 80s. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm getting an A, but not. It might be like 20 other kids who's doing way better than you that might get that A, but you're just getting that B. So I feel like that's one of the difficult things that I have experienced in Korea. Another thing is with group work, I think I kind of touched base on it. With group work, so I told you, a foreigner is put in a different group. Like, all foreigners are not put in the same group. So now that I have experienced college in Korea and stuff, I feel like the group work with the whole every foreigner to each group is very bad. Especially if you don't know Korean, it's very bad. I've spoken to other foreigners, like another foreigner in my class, and he said he did not like that class either. In my operations management class, basically every time we had group work or we had to discuss, I could never be in a conversation because I was an English speaker and I was surrounded by 3 Koreans, and they all spoke to themselves. They spoke in Korean, and then, like, as I said, like, oh, one boy would be the translator and he would be like, yeah, like, they would talk for 5 minutes and the boy that translated for me will be like, she said yes. What do you mean she said yes? I think she said a lot more because I was talking for a good 5 minutes. Like, she didn't keep saying like, yeah, like yes. She didn't keep saying yes. She said a whole different thing. So you want to elaborate more on what she said so I could put my input in it? And it was very difficult. Like, it was just annoying to go to class. Like, that was one of the reasons why I hated going to class, was because group work. And we always, like, literally in that class, in operation management class, we had to sit next to the same people for the rest of the semester. And it was just so bad, like so bad. I did not like that class at all. And I feel like they weren't nervous. They definitely were not nervous to speak English, because whenever the professor, a Korean professor, would ask a question in English, the boy next to me who didn't speak to me would answer in English. And I'm just like, bro, but you can't sit here and have a conversation with me. You can't even say anything to me. I did not like, I feel like as the semester is ending now, I realized, like, I do not like, I don't think I would come back to Korea for education. Like, I've had my fair share of craziness, like, going to school here. Like, studying is brutal, like, especially with the whole professor not asking question things. Like, in Korea, a lot of kids do not ask questions during class. Like, the professor, like, I have microeconomics, operation management, and principles of business. Those are the 3 business classes I'm taking. In all those classes, all the professor asks, does anybody have questions? Nobody raises up their hand, but they will go up to the professor at the end of the class and ask the professor. And it's just like, bro, why are you doing that? Like, I don't get that. I've accepted that and I understand why they do that. I remember talking to one of my students, the Korean students in one of my classes, and he was like, oh, they do that because they don't want the class to go on for longer. You know, if you ask a question, it's going to lead the professor to go off topic, sometimes off topic, and he's just going to talk more. You just want to get out the class. And I understand that. But at the end of the class, the professor's getting bombarded with students because they have questions to ask him. And it's just like, he has to answer the questions in a very quick manner. And it's just like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I still don't get that to this day, but I guess that's how they do school here, and I didn't like that. Like, I really did not like that. I was very shy to ask questions because nobody asks questions, you know? And even sometimes when kids ask questions, like, because I told you, I'm in all English classes. Like, all my classes are English. Like, the professor would let the kids, like, ask the question in Korean, and then he will answer in Korean. And it's just like, it's like, that was not respectful to the foreigners in the class, because it's like, I do not know Korean. And this is an English class, an English taught class. Why isn't the professor answering back in English? You know? I wouldn't even know what the question's being asked. But if he's explaining in English, I'll probably get the glimpse of what the student asked, you know? And it was very hard. Like, that was I had a lot of problems with the education university system here, and it was really like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what is going on? Like, a lot of the classes, like, even in my microeconomics class, I couldn't find an English textbook for my microeconomics class, because in the library they only have like they have like a wide variety of Korean books, of course, because we're in Korea, and they had probably like a small amount of English books. So it was very hard for me to get the textbooks if it wasn't sold in the bookstore in English. And it was just like, bro, like, I was just set up to fail, like, from get-go, you know? He talked so much, but it was just like, damn, son, like, I do not understand a thing you're saying, because he talked so much to the point where he was just reading off the slide and would just ask the class, do you understand? Mullah, y'all? No, I do not understand. I do not understand, sir. But I didn't want to ask the questions, because, you know, as the boy told me, you don't really ask questions, because the students that do ask questions get looked at, and it's just like, yo, shut your mouth, you trying to get out the class. It was a lot. And jumping on to like crazy stuff that happened, I feel like in my microeconomics class, like I told you, that professor, bro, he could lecture for a good 3 hours and nobody will understand what the hell he is talking about. So I remember he got mad one day because the TA, the teacher's assistant, takes the attendance right before class. But you know, these Koreans are smart. They not only book smart, but some of them are street smart too. Some of them, literally, if you had 7 absences, you were failing the class. And people wasn't having that. It's a boring class. Like, I feel like it should have been an online course, because literally he's just teaching us what's on the slides. Like, he's not even putting his own, like, experiences into it. It was just really boring. Like, you could have literally studied on your own and got the topic yourself. I literally watch YouTube videos on economics and understand more than what the guy on YouTube is saying than what this professor's saying. So kids will come into the class just to get their attendance taken, and they will like leave. They will leave. Not even, like, literally the whole back of that class, that my microeconomics class, bro, people were on their phones, people were sleeping. I'm just like, what? This is crazy. Like, yo, these Koreans don't play. Like, they just want to get their attendance and just get out. Now I understand why I never wanted to ask a question in that class, because I want that class to finish. But basically, like, the professor caught on to like kids who left. So one day the TA took attendance. He took attendance, and then like probably like a good 10 minutes after, the professor took attendance, and he found out 7 kids who were there the first time left and were absent the second time, and he went off. He was just like, if you guys don't like this class, you don't have to take this class, you don't have to be like that. Like, listen, it's not all about that, it's not all about attendance, you have to get an education. I was just like, sir, listen, I don't know who got you pissed off, but sir, you're gonna get paid anyway if kids understand your lectures or they don't. What is the problem? He was just pissed that kids was skipping his class, and I'm just like, bro, I was like, should I try it? But then I was like, nah, because I'm the only black student in the class. They gonna find out. They gonna notice if I'm not in the class. I'm gonna come to the class, they gonna be like, they gonna say my name, and then they gonna see that I'm not there the end of the class. I was not trying to fill that class. Nah, these Koreans are smart. That was one of the things I found so funny this whole semester. Like, yeah. And also with like the Korean, like, college in Korea, I feel like a lot of things you can't do unless you have like a Korean credit card or you have like a Korean number. Like, I know, like, this is kind of jumping off topic, but I couldn't watch certain YouTube videos unless I had a Korean number. Or like I couldn't print out my papers unless I had a Korean credit card. Like a lot of the things were, it was very hard, and I needed to utilize my Korean friends to do stuff in Korea because I didn't have access to those things that I needed, you know? So yeah. But I mean, other than that, I think being a student here, being a student, it has its perks, you know? I get to go to the movies for under $6. Like, I get student discounts at coffee shops on campus that you can't find off of campus, you know? You get a lot of student discounts, and I think that's good. You also get to have, like, they also do festival. They had a festival in May. You know, they have student festivals. I guess that was good. But another thing with the student festival, I couldn't get into where the Dunkuk students were because I was an international student. Like, I get treated like a foreigner. Now you want to treat me like an international student? Wow, thanks, you know? They didn't want to, they said, oh, it's only for 4 years. It's only for students that study in Dunkuk for 4 years. You can't be closer to the celebrities, to the people who perform it because you're only here for a semester. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, it's very, I feel like it's very hard to, like, be independent here because it's just like you're always gonna need help in some way, especially like in my dorm and stuff like that, where there's this Korean like writing everywhere. They don't translate it to English. Like, I had to find out about stuff that's happening in my dorms. I had to find out about room checks through Nanda because Nanda knows how to speak Korean, and Nanda always like informs me about what's going on or like this and that. And she gets emails. They send out Korean emails, and it's just like, I can't read this, and I can't always copy and paste it into Naver because Naver they be translating it, and I still don't understand it. Like, I don't get it. So it's a lot of things that I don't know about on campus, or I can't do on campus because I'm not a 4-year student. And it's just like, why do I get treated like that, you know? Oh, and another thing, you can't even eat in class, bro. I'm like, I found out the first week, and I asked my friend this. I'm like, yo, why doesn't students eat in class? Like, I put my bacon, egg, and cheese to class from Isaac's. I seen this girl looking at me the whole time. I'm like, what the hell? Then I see the boy in front of me kept turning his head. I'm like, what the hell? And then my friend was like, oh, it's because probably you could bring snacks, like little snacks, like probably nuts or like grapes, something that won't smell. But don't bring a whole meal. And I'm like, so you telling me I gotta go Mean Girls and go eat in the bathroom, the stinky bathroom where the tissue be in the trash can right in front of your nose? So while I'm smelling doodle, I gotta eat my bacon, egg, and cheese. Ah, that's all. Okay, I understand. I was really struggling this semester, and I feel like this was one of the hardest semesters that I had in my whole college career. It definitely, but I feel like it was all worth it because it made me a warrior. Listen, there was times on end where I was just like, I want to go back to America. I cannot do this. But you know what? Mama ain't raised no fool. I stuck it out, and I definitely just kept going. I kept going, and I'm thankful that I've gotten to see the end of the semester. I loved my introduction to Korean film class, but I'm happy that I seen the end of the semester, because if you asked me 3 months ago or in the beginning of the semester or when midterms was happening, if I would have finished the semester, I would have told you no. I would have really told you no. But I'm telling you, it's all through God that is really giving me strength, you know. I thank you to all the people that I met in the classes that I have met, you know, Nanda, one of my good friends, you know. Who else have I met in the classes? I guess that's my only friend in one of my classes, you know. Thank you to all my classmates that helped me with the group projects and stuff like that. I'm very thankful. But yeah, would I ever study back in Korea? Like, would I ever come back for a study abroad in Korea? Hell no. It's just too much for me, and I feel like it definitely did challenge me mentally, physically, emotionally, all type of leads. So yeah, and that's my take on college in Korea. That's it, you know. I'm done. I'm going back to the States, and I'm happy. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what your thoughts were on the video and what you think about college in Korea, and also subscribe. You know, subscribe. And this is your girl Arahan, and I'm signing off. Bye guys.